This morning, police in Pennsylvania are revealing new details about the attempt on former President Donald Trump.
On July 13th, the world was shaken by an event that few could forget, an assassination attempt that sent shockwaves across the globe. For months, Ivanka Trump stayed silent, fueling speculation and whispers. But now, at 42, she finally confirms what many had long suspected. In this video, she reveals the untold truth behind the attempt on her father's life and the fateful events of that day. Prepare to uncover the story behind one of the most talked about incidents in recent history. A great daughter. In the Trump family, Ivanka has long been considered Donald's favorite, often affectionately referred to as Daddy's little girl. Their bond was notably close, with Donald making a point to be present for his children whenever possible. Rather than adhering to a traditional stern father role, he allowed his children significant freedom to make their own choices. At just 14, Ivanka entered the glamorous world of modeling, gracing runways and magazine covers. However, her father's love for real estate quickly influenced her. She became a key figure in developing major properties like the Doral Golf Course in Florida and the Old Post Office Hotel in Washington, D.C., which they owned until 2022. Ivanka played a significant role in her father's business, and many believed she was the only one who could positively influence his decisions. Ivanka's role in politics. Ivanka Trump played a pivotal role in her father Donald Trump's presidential campaign and administration. While Melania, Donald's wife, maintained a lower profile and stayed in New York for their son Barron's education, Ivanka quickly immersed herself in White House duties, even proposing plans to renovate the East Wing. Transitioning from a key campaign figure to a top advisor, she concentrated on policies aimed at supporting families and reforming the justice system. Many viewed her as a potential moderating influence on Donald Trump's more fiery leadership style. As she took on more responsibility, whispers of a rivalry between Ivanka and Melania grew, with Ivanka often appearing to outshine the First Lady. Ivanka's frequent presence in key meetings and public appearances led to her being dubbed America's unofficial First Lady, though she always denied the title and downplayed any tension between her and Melania. One notable instance of her prominence was when she briefly sat in her father's seat during the G20 summit in Germany, raising eyebrows. Ivanka was also known for her diplomatic charm. For instance, her daughter sang a Chinese song during a holiday celebration, which helped improve relations with China, showing Ivanka's knack for soft diplomacy. She also maintained ties with high-profile celebrities like Hugh Jackman and Kim Kardashian, and even kept up her friendship with Chelsea Clinton, despite political tensions between their families. Ivanka's ability to connect with influential figures in Hollywood and beyond was seen as a strategy to soften the entertainment industry's harsh view of her father. Apart from politics, Ivanka was a successful businesswoman. She held the position of executive vice president at the Trump Organization and played a crucial role in several lucrative deals. Her success extended beyond her father's company, with a jewelry line and her own clothing and lifestyle brand, the Ivanka Trump Collection. Her brand, which empowered women to buy diamonds for themselves, became quite popular, but her business ventures weren't without controversy. In 2016, the Italian luxury shoemaker Aquazzura accused Ivanka of copying their designs for her shoe collection. Aquazzura claimed Ivanka's shoes were near replicas of their iconic styles. However, Ivanka and her business partner Mark Fisher denied the allegations and fought back. Another controversy arose shortly after the 2016 election when Ivanka wore a bracelet from her own Metropolis collection during a 60 Minutes interview. A media alert promoting the $10,800 diamond-studded bracelet raised questions about whether Ivanka was using her political visibility to boost her personal brand. The situation became more heated in October 2016, following the release of the infamous Trump tape. The #Grab Your Wallet movement, which called for a boycott of Trump family brands, gained traction. Nordstrom was the first major retailer to drop Ivanka Trump's line in early 2017, citing declining sales. But the move was also seen as a political statement. Other retailers soon followed suit, and the controversy deepened when Kellyanne Conway, a senior White House advisor, urged viewers on Fox News to go buy Ivanka's stuff, which led to accusations of promoting the brand from within the administration. Amid mounting protests and diminishing sales, Ivanka made the difficult decision to close her fashion brand in 2017. Despite her considerable business acumen and success in previous ventures, the weight of her father's controversies proved too much for her brand to withstand. Since then, Ivanka has not reopened her fashion empire, choosing instead to focus on other aspects of her career. Turning point for Ivanka. When Ivanka Trump's father, former President Donald Trump, announced his run for the 2024 presidency, it marked a significant turning point in her life. Ivanka, once a high-profile figure both in the White House and her father's businesses, made a heartfelt decision. She chose family over politics and business. In a public statement, she expressed her love and support for her father but made it clear she was stepping away from the political arena. This decision wasn't just about avoiding the campaign trail. Ivanka was committing herself fully to her family life. A close friend of Ivanka later confirmed to People magazine that her focus was entirely on her family and that she had no interest in being part of her father's campaign or administration, even if he were to win the Republican nomination. This distance from politics had been brewing for a while. At Tiffany Trump's wedding in November 2022, where Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner were present, the family celebrated joyously, though Donald Trump's presidential bid hung in the background. According to sources, Trump even tried to convince Ivanka and Jared to join his campaign during the wedding, still believing in his daughter's ability to connect with voters, just as she had during his previous campaigns. However, Ivanka's resolve remained firm. She had distanced herself from the White House after leaving it and was committed to maintaining that boundary. Despite Donald Trump's repeated efforts, Ivanka refused to be swayed. Yet rumors swirled about deeper reasons behind her reluctance, especially after Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer, suggested that Ivanka and Jared might have been the ones to tip off the FBI about the classified documents stored at Mar-a-Lago. Cohen's claim that members of Trump's inner circle were behind the leak added fuel to the speculation that Ivanka was determined to step away from her father's world. Whether these claims were true or not, they pointed to growing tensions within the Trump family. Ivanka's departure from the White House wasn't just about leaving politics behind, it was about distancing herself from her father's contested legacy. During the January 6th Capitol riot investigation, Ivanka testified before the House committee, revealing that she disagreed with her father's refusal to accept the 2020 election results. This statement shocked Donald Trump, who quickly fired back on his social media platform Truth Social, claiming Ivanka didn't know enough about the election results to have an informed opinion. Her husband Jared also played a key role in the investigation, providing hours of testimony that further implicated Donald Trump's role in the events surrounding January 6th. For Ivanka, who had once been seen as a potential political figure in her own right, this period marked a shift away from public service. People once speculated that she might even run for president herself one day. During her time working alongside her father, there was a widespread belief that Ivanka had her own political ambitions. Marissa Velez, a former employee of Ivanka's fashion company, once remarked that Ivanka seemed determined to use politics to elevate her family's power and might seek office herself. Rumors circulated that Ivanka might begin her political journey by challenging Senator Marco Rubio. But by 2024, it became evident that she had no intention of pursuing public office, focusing instead on her personal life. As someone who had already written 2 books, The Trump Card and Women Who Work, there were rumors that Ivanka was working on a memoir about her time in the White House. Some believed this book would provide her with a chance to defend herself against the criticism she faced during her years in government. Whether or not she chooses to write a memoir, Ivanka's withdrawal from the political spotlight is a clear sign that she values her privacy and family life above all else. During her time in the White House, Ivanka often faced public scrutiny, particularly regarding her public image. On one occasion, while her father was announcing a controversial immigration policy, Ivanka posted a photo of herself in a glamorous silver dress on Instagram. This created backlash, with many calling her out for being tone-deaf in the face of such serious political decisions. Behind the scenes, however, Ivanka worked hard to curate her public image. She employed the help of a stylist and made deliberate fashion choices, often wearing sleek monochrome outfits designed by American fashion houses like Carolina Herrera and Oscar de la Renta. But after leaving her role in the White House, Ivanka's style transformed once again. No longer bound by the image of a political figure, she embraced bolder, more European-inspired fashion. At Tiffany Trump's wedding, she wore a pink diamond-studded crop top and skirt, a far cry from the conservative outfits she was known for during her time as her father's advisor. This new sense of freedom in her fashion choices seemed to reflect her broader shift away from the political life that once dominated her public persona. Ivanka's time in the White House was also marked by personal challenges. Her husband, Jared Kushner, faced a major health crisis when he was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. He was informed of the diagnosis while aboard Air Force One, and surgery was immediately scheduled. The couple's time in the White House was not without strain, with Ivanka reportedly feeling disillusioned by the relentless criticism they faced. Their close friends in Washington had largely turned their backs on them, leaving them isolated and under intense public scrutiny. An anonymous source close to Ivanka and Jared revealed that Ivanka was deeply troubled by the threats and criticism directed at them during their time in the Trump administration. Ultimately, the weight of the constant negative attention and the toll it took on their family played a major role in their decision to step away from the political arena. Ivanka's decision to leave the spotlight has allowed her to enjoy a quieter life. In her announcement that she wouldn't be part of her father's 2024 campaign, she emphasized how happy she was in her current life, enjoying quality time with her children, the peace of her Miami home, and the newfound privacy she had embraced. Despite her claims of happiness, however, some of Ivanka's social media followers have expressed concern about her well-being. In the months following her departure from the White House, Ivanka shared fewer photos of herself online, leading some fans to speculate about her health. Many noted her noticeably thinner appearance, with some followers commenting on her weight loss. In November 2022, after posting a photo of herself in Utah, fans remarked on her slim figure, with one asking if she had lost weight. Ivanka's next post, shared the following day, was a picture of her after voting in the midterm elections. Again, followers noticed her slender appearance and voiced their concern in the comments. When she later posted a family photo from Tiffany Trump's wedding, the concerns continued, with many noting how different she looked. Some fans speculated that the recent loss of her mother, Ivana Trump, combined with the stress of her father's legal battles and media scrutiny, might have contributed to her weight loss. Ivanka's family struggles and trials. Ivanka Trump's candid reflections on her father's legal troubles reveal the emotional toll his criminal investigations have taken on their family. In a heartfelt conversation during a July episode of the Lex Fridman podcast, Ivanka opened up about her personal struggles watching Donald Trump face numerous legal challenges. She shared her love and concern for her father, saying, "On a human level, it's my father, and I love him very much. So it's painful to experience, but ultimately, I wish it didn't have to be this way." Lex Fridman, the podcast host, acknowledged the emotional weight of her situation, noting that her commitment to family during such difficult times showed her strong character. He emphasized the importance of love and family as a source of support. Ivanka, maintaining hope, agreed that love often serves as the prevailing force amid turmoil. At the time of this conversation, Ivanka had recently testified in a high-profile civil fraud case involving her father and brothers, Don Jr. and Eric Trump. The case accused the Trump family of inflating Donald Trump's wealth by up to $2.2 billion since 2011 and exaggerating the value of several properties. Ivanka, a former executive at the Trump Organization, had attempted to distance herself from the allegations, successfully having her name removed from the lawsuit. However, she was ultimately required to testify as a third-party witness, despite her efforts to avoid doing so. During her testimony in a Manhattan courtroom, Ivanka was questioned about her involvement in the Trump Organization's business practices. Although she had played a prominent role in securing real estate deals and loans for the company, she repeatedly distanced herself from the details. Ivanka's testimony, which included several claims that she couldn't recall specific information, mirrored the strategy employed by her brothers Don Jr. and Eric. Both had also testified, denying detailed knowledge of the company's financial dealings, though their attitudes on the stand were notably more defiant and dismissive compared to Ivanka's more reserved and careful tone. Ivanka was asked about key real estate loans that Deutsche Bank had granted her father. She responded by saying she couldn't remember the specifics of the transactions or the emails related to them. At one point, she was shown a decade-old document, to which she remarked, "This feels like another lifetime," implying that the events in question were distant memories for her. Despite Ivanka's efforts to separate herself from the case, New York's Attorney General Letitia James firmly believed she had been a key player in obtaining loans for the Trump Organization. The civil fraud trial resulted in severe financial consequences for the Trump family. Donald Trump was ordered to pay $354.9 million in penalties, and both Don Jr. and Eric were each fined over $4 million. In addition to these financial penalties, Donald Trump's sons were barred from holding leadership positions in any New York business for 2 years. Alan Weisselberg, the former chief financial officer of the Trump Organization, was also heavily penalized. He was fined $1 million, prohibited from holding officer positions for 3 years, and permanently barred from managing finances for any business in New York. Ivanka's testimony came shortly after another legal blow for the Trump family. In May 2024, Donald Trump became the first former U.S. president to be convicted of felony charges, 34 in total. He was found guilty of falsifying business records to hide a conspiracy related to influencing the 2016 election. Following this verdict, Ivanka took to Instagram, expressing the deep pain she felt for both her father and the country. While grappling with these legal battles, Ivanka also thanked those who had extended their support during this challenging time. Her message underscored the complex emotions she was navigating, balancing her loyalty to her family with the gravity of the accusations against them. A dominant wife and busy mother. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner have been together for 17 years, forming a close-knit partnership, both personally and professionally. When they began dating, some speculated their relationship was more about uniting two powerful families than true love. However, Ivanka showed her commitment by converting to Judaism and adhering to religious traditions, including keeping kosher and observing Shabbat. They have 3 children, Arabella, Joseph Frederick, and Theodore James. And despite their busy schedules, Ivanka and Jared prioritize family life. Ivanka, known for her meticulous planning, took minimal help from nannies, often relying on her late mother, Ivana, for assistance. Even during her 3rd pregnancy, she signed billion-dollar deals and returned to work just a week after giving birth, though she later revealed struggling with postpartum depression. Despite these challenges, she now balances her career with family time, often sharing glimpses of her personal life on Instagram. Ivanka's focus seems to have shifted toward motherhood, but her dedication to both her family and career remains clear, with Jared actively supporting her every step of the way. Ivanka's possible comeback into politics. Donald Trump's political comeback as the official Republican nominee was far from certain just a few years ago. After the GOP underperformed in the 2022 midterms, many prominent Republicans distanced themselves from Trump, criticizing his leadership. Even the New York Post, a former supporter, mocked him, calling him Trumpty Dumpty after the election. Coupled with his mounting legal issues, it seemed as though Trump's political career might be over. During this time, Ivanka Trump, his daughter, was notably absent. After her father left the White House, she and her husband, Jared Kushner, relocated to Miami's ultra-wealthy enclave known as Billionaire Bunker, keeping a low profile. Their move wasn't just physical. They also distanced themselves from the chaos surrounding Trump at Mar-a-Lago. While staying out of the spotlight, Ivanka and Jared reportedly earned a fortune, with ventures that netted them between $172 million and $640 million, including a controversial $2 billion investment fund from Saudi Arabia for Kushner. For years, Ivanka's public appearances were limited to moments that enhanced her image, such as humanitarian efforts and attending high-profile weddings, leading many to believe she was rebranding herself. Sources even hinted that Ivanka had no interest in returning to politics, a narrative supported by media reports when Trump's 2024 campaign gained momentum. Mary Trump, Donald's niece and a vocal critic of her uncle, suggested that Ivanka had distanced herself due to feeling undervalued by her father. However, as the election drew closer, there were rumors that Ivanka was reconsidering her stance. Despite her spokesperson denying these claims, speculation about her political future persisted. In a surprising move, Ivanka appeared on a podcast where she spoke about her time in the White House, highlighting achievements such as expanding the child tax credit. The interview, however, felt more like a calculated effort to rebuild her public image rather than an open discussion. As the election approaches, Ivanka's role remains uncertain. She has been spending more time with her father, especially after an attack on his life, and is expected to be by his side when he formally accepts the Republican nomination. If she does re-enter the political arena, it would be a significant shift, potentially signaling her return to the family fold and hinting at a more active role in a possible second Trump administration. Ivanka on her dad's shooting. On July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, a public event took a terrifying turn when a gunman opened fire, targeting the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. As shots rang out, a bullet struck him in the upper part of his nose, causing severe bleeding and injury. Amid the chaos, one attendee, Corey Comparatore, tragically lost his life, and 2 others were wounded. Ivanka Trump, deeply shaken by the news, spoke with her father by phone as he received medical treatment. Worried for his well-being, she offered comfort and support. Once Donald began recovering, Ivanka traveled to Bedminster, New York to be by his side, providing much-needed emotional support during this difficult time. After the incident, Donald shared the harrowing details of the attack on Truth Social, recounting the painful moment he was hit. Meanwhile, Ivanka expressed her gratitude on social media, thanking law enforcement for their swift response and offering prayers for the victims. She also urged the public to stay united and compassionate in the face of tragedy, emphasizing the importance of healing together. Through this ordeal, Ivanka's love and support for her father shone brightly, standing as a pillar of strength in the aftermath of the attempted assassination. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and turn on those notifications. You won't want to miss what we're diving into next.